Great to be back in Rio, guys. Big Nog, Max Suarez, here we go. We've got Lucas Fernando in the red tape and the black trunks, and Rodrigo Lima, blue tape and blue trunks, and he's down already. Fernando coming out firing.
Yeah, Fernando, Ron, he comes from a very good striking background, protege of the legend Pedro Rizzo.
Yes.
We can definitely see that he's got what it takes to get this fight done. Knocked down in the first couple of seconds of the first round.
Just was talking to Pedro Rizzo. He's got a couple of fighters on this card. Great to see him. One of the legends here in Brazil. No doubt about it. And Fernando continues to tee off. Blood now coming from the nose of Lima.
And you can see that he didn't want to come back up. He wanted to stay there.
Big Nog, this guy, Fernando, is throwing like you did back in the day.
Yeah, he got a great distance. I love this shot when he did like a body shot and a head kick, Good combination. He just gained the distance at the beginning of the game.
Absolutely. Excited that you could be here in Rio de Janeiro with us for LFA number 126. We are streaming live on the UFC Facebook page, Make sure you get over to UFC Fight Pass for the main card.
Fernando definitely has that very confident striking stance, Ron. It's something that you see because he trains with high-level athletes.
Oh, and he is just big brothering Lima right now. Fernando 6-1, 3 victories coming by way of knockout. And he continues to tee off. Oh! Knee to the body as we hit the 3-minute mark.
You can see the physical big difference too, right, Big Nog? Does that make a big difference?
For sure, but Fernando, he's controlling the distance. He knows the timing to do it. But we have to agree, Rodrigo got a big heart.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, if you're taking this beating and we're only halfway in the first round, you kind of wonder how much you can still take.
And smart move there by Lima to go for the takedown. He got Fernando down, but wasn't able to hold the position. Just past the midway point of the opening round.
And the point that we're in right now, that's probably the only thing he can really do. He has to kind of slow things down a little bit. And, Lucas was on a roll. So is he doing the right thing, Big Nog? Is this the technical aspect of the game right now for Lima?
Yeah, Lima is just holding, you know what I mean? For sure, he's a little bit dizzy. He got like 2 knockdowns already. He took a lot of punishment. Yeah. He's just taking a, good time to rest. I think so.
Fernando, 25 years old. Both fighters fighting out of Rio. But Lima, the elder, 10 years older than Fernando. Fernando got a win back at LFA 111 when we were here in July. It was a knockout and a fantastic victory. That's why he's back here tonight, guys.
I would definitely say that knee that we heard from here is probably taking a toll on Lima right now. He took 2 more. And what concerns me is you can't keep taking those knees, especially to the body. Your gas tank goes down, makes things a lot more difficult.
It hurts a lot, you can imagine. It don't look like when we see it on TV, but believe me, that thing hurts.
Yeah.
And when fighters get tired, they normally get sloppy, and that's dangerous.
There is a takedown stuffed by Fernando. The blood beginning to really pour out of the nose of Lima right now. Lima comes in on 7-2, guys. Really been on fire. 4 straight victories, 5 knockouts in his 7 wins. But this is his first fight in 4 years, guys. Maybe a little bit of ring rust, Big Nog, for Lima.
Yeah,
been 4 years since he's been in the octagon.
Yeah, for sure. He's a little bit, out of time. He don't have a good pros right now. Not that good endurance. You can see the shape is really different between both.
Good point.
Also have to see how that takes a toll. All that bleeding takes a toll when he comes back to the second round. If he can control that, if that's something that's bothering him and, you know, keeping him from breathing right, that could be a problem in the second round for Lima.
Well, let's check out some of the highlights here. Big Nog in that first round. That was the one that dropped him early.
Yeah, he set his right punch right there, you know. How, you know, impressive how this kid, you know, controlled the distance. He was punished the guy, but he didn't get that close.
Yes.
So he got, you know, he got a good eye. That's training, my friend. He trained with Pedro Rizzo, you know, that's made difference.
Training with the legend, that makes total difference.
Lucas Fernando, former Brazilian national kickboxer. It was at LFA 111, guys, we were talking about, and the stars are out here in Rio tonight. We are excited to have you here on the UFC Facebook page for the early prelims of LFA number 126. Guys, we just took that was a great shot of Lima. It looked like the cut was on the bridge of the nose. So hopefully for his sake, it shouldn't be an issue, but we'll see if Fernando targets it and he comes out firing again.
Yeah, that can be a big issue, you know. If his nose is broken or crooked to the side, it's going to make it harder for him to breathe, and he can't get sloppy. When you get sloppy, that's when you make mistakes.
Oh, high kick, backs Lima up, clinches up and pushes him up against the fence. We saw Fernando pull off a highlight reel flying knee knockout in his LFA debut back at LFA 111. Very impressive performance, and it seems like he's picked up where he left off. He's got Lima on the ground, but says, hey, let's dance.
And you know, I was actually close to Lucas Fernando when he was at the open workouts. He just threw that kick. I was actually listening to him throw kicks on the pads, and he was cracking those pads so hard. I was like, wow, whoever takes that kick or those punches, and now I'm seeing that in the octagon with 4-ounce gloves. I'm a little bit worried for Lima right now.
For sure. Yeah, I follow his training there in the feet, you know, what they train. This kid's a killer. He's a killer. He throws everything there in the training. Look at that.
And Lima's down again.
Well, he wants to bang.
I know.
And Fernando wants nothing to do with the ground.
And that's probably because Lima has a really good grappling background.
Right.
And Lucas Fernando is showing how mature he is as an MMA fighter, staying where he's best. He's winning the fight on his feet.
Oh, and now Lima scores a knee. Backed up Fernando. Wild uppercut thrown. As we come up on 1 minute to go, we are scheduled for three rounds in the middleweight division. I mean, Lima is breathing as heavy as I mean, that you can see him gasping almost, Big Nog, and he just ate another shot.
And you can tell that the reach difference too, right, Big Nog? That makes such a big difference. Physical structure, long arms and long legs for Fernando, that makes a big difference when you're in a cage like that.
It is, you know, so he controlled the distance. He's a better shape. You can see he's even strong. Oh, look at that wrestling position.
Beautiful.
You know, good technique though. And you see how Fernando defends the throws, you know, got it, his head control the distance. He's fight much better.
Yeah, you mentioned the reach differential. Lucas Fernando with 6.5 inches on Lima. And he's really using those jabs to perfection.
Yeah, and he's showing himself as a well-rounded striker, using kicks, knees, punches. And look at how aggressive he is. You can see he's got a wide knee base inside the full guard, putting his elbows tucked in so he didn't get caught in the triangle. All that kind of reflects the training he does at Refit with the legend Pedro Rizzo.
Fernando, 3 knockouts, 2 submission victories out of his 6, 5 first-round finishes. moving in here to the second round, but he has 2 wins also via RNC. Oh, man. Lima is a bloody mess, fellas. Clinches up and pushes Fernando up against the octagon wall. Goes to the body. Antonio, what would you say if Lima was your fighter? He's definitely being dominated right now. How do you turn the tide here in this fight?
Yeah, I think that, you know, for Lima, he gotta set better his takedowns, you know. He can strike Fernando right now, you know. Fernando's a much better distance, much better, you know, better condition, you know, power stance. He should go to the takedown. He's doing well, but he couldn't set well, you know. His head too low. I think he's got to, you know, put a better posture. He's trying to, but, you know, he's gets out.
Right, yeah.
Definitely he's gets out.
Again, he hasn't fought in over 4 years. Tough to come back against a young, hungry, top prospect in Lucas Fernando. 15 seconds to go here in the second round.
And I got to point something out, guys.
Hang on 1 second, Max, see if Lima can survive this takedown from Fernando, and as time's ticking away, go for it, Max.
You know, I got to point something out. It definitely feels like we're back on track in the world, having fans in the arena.
Oh, so true.
Feeling that vibe when somebody gets cracked with the punch or gets the takedown. We're back on track, Ron. It's like the world's getting back to normal. It feels good.
100% with you, brother.
And especially here in Rio de Janeiro, so they, you know, no baskets allowed, so crowd can come to the place.
And the house is packed.
It's back.
It is
beautiful arena. Beautiful arena.
Yep.
Yes. Yes. The Ubft Arena right here in the heart of Rio de Janeiro. LFA number 126. Kicked off back-to-back shows last year in July, and as Max pointed out, it was just us in the arena pretty much. But it was an incredible night of fights that actually provided the fight of the year and the event of the year according to our LFA fans. And we want to hear from you tonight. Hit us up on Twitter at LFA Fighting and on all social media.
I'm just curious to see how much beating. Looks like the doctor's going to take a look at him. He is pretty banged up from that second. I mean, he's been taking a beating from the first and the second. Lucas has been very precise, but we got to hand it to him, though. Lima has heart.
Oh, 100%.
He has heart.
And here in Brazil, we have CAB MMA, you know, so regulate, you know, the rules, the doctor side. They do really well. Amazing working for them.
That's a great point, Big Nog. CAB MMA is the commission used here and the same sanctioning body the UFC uses, correct? All right, well, we are into the third and final round. Lima needs a finish here if he's going to walk away with a victory tonight. Lucas Fernando, the 25-year-old from Rio de Janeiro, looking really good and in control. Again, we've said it, Refit is his fight team, and he has the legend Pedro Rizzo, and you can really see some of Rizzo's striking techniques that Lucas Fernando is incorporating in his game.
Yeah, I can see, you know, the straight punch, you know, he's doing the same as Pedro Rizzo, you know, they must train that a lot.
Yeah, and you know what, something that I don't know if it's being that efficient. It's something that we see from guys that are very jiu-jitsu guys, is Lima is literally jumping on the guard and pulling him in. That's something that's dangerous for MMA, especially when you have a guy like Lucas Fernando on top of you and you're losing the fight. You're not supposed to be jumping on the guard like that.
Yeah, but I mean, either you're taking punches, stand up or jump in the guard and try to survive. Have no way to escape.
That is a difficult decision for Lima right now.
Make sure you get to UFCFightPass.com. Subscribe if you haven't already. We've got a doubleheader of title fights in store for you tonight. The LFA, a welterweight strap on the line. Gabriel Bonfim and Eduardo Garbon. And in the main event, the LFA featherweight title is up for grabs too. Jose Delano, a late replacement, comes in to face Dana White Contender Series veteran, Jonas Bilharino. That is our main event. LFA 126 going down here in Reno.
Definitely, just an interesting fight. You know, Jonas Bilharino is the deal, man.
You're impressed?
Yeah, I'm impressed about him. Great skills.
And we saw that spinning back kick knockout on the Contender Series.
Yeah,
was unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
That was money. That was money.
That was money. That's why he's here in the main event, my friend. You know?
Right.
He delivered.
Right. Yeah, you do not want to miss this main event tonight. It's going to be a banger. And just at the midway point of the third and final round, and you know, Max, you mentioned it. Dude, I got to credit Lima, you know, for not fighting in 4 years. He definitely, as you both pointed out, was gassed, was tired, but somehow he's managing to hang on.
Well, you know what? I mean, this has a lot to do not only with having heart, but it has to do with fighting in an event like the LFA. This is such a big opportunity for these guys that they're literally willing to leave every single drop of their blood, sweat, and lives in here to prove themselves inside our cage. So that makes me happy.
And Rodrigo Lima, he left a little blood on my notes, so that was very kind of him.
That's your souvenir, Ron.
Too early for that. No, it's such a great fight town. The fans here are so knowledgeable. I think you said it one time, Big Nog, fighting is in the DNA of Rio, isn't it?
Oh, Rio, this is a capital, you know, MMA born, you know, it's like in the 40s, like years ago when the greats started the culture of MMA in Brazil. So I'm happy, you know, LFA brings back the 30th show in Brazil.
Yeah, so excited. And this is not a one and done, folks. We will be coming back. We'll have some announcements on the main broadcast. Under a minute to go. The fight is back on its feet.
You know, Ron, when you mentioned it, that you had blood on your paper, I got curious and looked at mine. I guess we have matching papers now because I have blood on my paper too.
No, man.
And
I guess
they
Lima
are right in front of us again.
Lima's just giving out blood drops for everybody tonight.
Yeah, we haven't even done our open for the main card yet. Easy, guys. Packed house. Gibraltar Arena. LFA 126, Big Nog, Max Suarez, Ron Kruk with you tonight for LFA number 126. Horn sounds, and that's going to do it. Somehow, Rodrigo Lima survives, but it...
Guys showed themselves to the world, so they put everything 101% over there.
Exactly. Get that extra percent in, 101%.
You bet. All right, the judges have calculated their scores. So let's get the official decision from our ring announcer, Tiago Pamplona.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official results are in. The judges scored about 30-27, 30-25, and 30-27, all in favor of the winner by unanimous decision, Lucas Fernando.
Nice sign of respect between the two fighters, but it was all